Welcome to the Virgo New Moon Healing Energy Update. Now, if you have stomach issues, leaky gut, SIBO, reflux, or if you are very fatigued, if you're exhausted at the moment, I invite you to stay with me. Even if you don't have those issues, I invite you to stay with me because they are very, very prominent during this Virgo New Moon. Now, the Virgo New Moon is happening on the 3rd of September at 11:57 a.m. Now, that is Aussie time, Australian time. So if you're in America, it's probably going to happen on the more likely on the 2nd of September. And if the UK, you will need to just adjust that again. Now, what's happening with this Virgo new moon? Well, let's begin with the basics. We have the sun and the moon in the human design gate 40. Now, this is called the gate of aloneness and it relates to your resolve. Now, gate 40 is one of the 3 alone gates in human design. So that already tells us that you're going to need some alone time, or please choose to have some alone time during this new moon to get the most out of this time. Now, the gate 40 in your body, it's in your heart energy center and it relates to your stomach in the body. Now, the earth energy, which is what grounds that sun energy as well as the moon energy in this case, it's in the gate 37, which is called the gate of friendship, and it relates to equality. Now, this is emotional solar plexus energy, and in your body, it relates to the dorsal ganglia, which is basically a bunch of nerves connected to your spine. So, already we know that the sun and the moon and the earth energies, when we combine them, the nerves connected to your stomach will be a little bit sensitive. And here's why. Basically, around this new moon, the theme is you're being asked to consider what is in excess in your life or what's not in balance. It's a really fabulous time to consider, are you working in excess? Are you moving in excess? Are you actually doing excessive exercise? Are you sitting in excess? Are you eating in excess? Maybe you're traveling in excess. Maybe you are thinking in excess. There is something that each of us at this time, we're doing in a way that is excessive, which is out of balance, which is causing us to be out of balance. And that thing that we're doing, this Virgo new moon is an invitation to go, ooh, do I really need to be doing that? Could I do that in a different way? Could I do that in a better way? Because the thing that I'm doing in excess, it's causing me to rush in other areas of my life. I'm doing this thing too much, and therefore I'm rushing through this thing so that I can have more time to do this thing. And do I really want to do this thing that I'm doing in excess? For example, if you're thinking in excess, I'm going to say you probably don't want to be doing that because that would be triggering your nervous system. And we did mention the nerves before when we were talking about the earth energy. So it's really an invitation to trim the fat in your life. What does not need to be in your world? What is weighing you down? Okay. Now, the earth energy in gate 37. It's reminding you that you are weak. You become weaker when you spread yourself too thinly. Mhm. And that comes back to creating the balance. So, what is it that you are doing in excess that is making you weak in other areas of your life? And that's actually contributing to exhaustion, to fatigue, to tiredness. If you're waking up in the morning going, oh my God, this day, how do I get out of bed? How do I get through this work day? Anything like that. It's an invitation to consider what needs to be adjusted, what needs to be refined. Because Virgo, this is the Virgo new moon, it wants to get in there and look at your routine and go, hmm, I don't think this is working. I think we can change this. And this over here, this could be a little bit better. I am a Virgo. I understand this energy very well. Now, the Virgo energy can sometimes be, um, it can sound a little bit critical with its words when you communicate with others, but it doesn't need to be that way. If it sounds critical, the underlying message is actually one that's coming from a place of well-being, saying, oh, this could be done better. So you could be a little bit critical on yourself or a bit hard on yourself, going, oh, yeah, I could be doing this better. You can have all these realizations going off in your brain. You could be doing this differently. Try not to judge yourself too much because the Virgo energy can do that sometimes. It's about realizing what needs to change so that your energy physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually can become more balanced and you feel healthier and happier in all areas of your life. Now we have this 4037 channel, the channel of community, active between the sun, the moon, and the earth during this Virgo new moon. And really, this is a reminder for us to really consider if the group connections that we have, the tribal connections, the connections that we have with our friends, our families, our work colleagues, our exercise buddy, whatever it is, ask yourself, is there mutual respect, mutual fairness, mutual support? Because this energy is coming in at this time to make sure that that is balanced. We want to make sure, firstly, by taking the time by ourselves to consider, oh, what are we doing in excess? And is that maybe throwing out a balance in the tribes, in the groups that we interact with? Because what you do yourself, you are not only in the world without impacting anyone else, unless you're living off grid in some location a long way away. Even then, your energy is impacting other people. But chances are you are connecting with other people on whether a daily or a weekly or maybe a monthly basis. And what you do, the amount that you do these things or in excess, will have an impact on others around you. So it's time to consider that. Okay. Now we also have active the 463 channel of logic. Now this connects the ajna, the third eye, and the crown chakra, the head energy centers. Now the gate 4 is in Mercury, which has just been retrograde, which is now direct. Finally, I have not liked this retrograde so much being a Virgo, but that's cool. That's in the past. And the 63 is in Saturn. Saturn's retrograde. So basically, with this channel of logic, the 463, because both of these energies have very recently been retrograde, if they're not now, we've already been thinking about things, click, 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 going, there's already been a lot of mental pressure to work out, what's not working in my life. So this new moon follows on from that. And these kind of things will continue for a little bit because this is the beginning of eclipse season. This Virgo new moon initiates us into that vibe. So these considerations of what does and what doesn't work so we can upgrade our life, they will continue for a little bit longer. Now, you will likely feel like there's a mental pressure, as I said. And the mental pressure could be to work out, what's the meaning of life? What's the purpose of life for me? And am I doing the thing that aligns with that? And if not, oh, you could get frustrated. That's where you could become critical on yourself. But it's also where you go, what do I need to cut out from my life? Because it's stopping me from fulfilling that higher potential that I have, that I came in with. And your soul blueprint will help to give you the details of maybe what that is. Yeah, this channel, it's constantly searching. It has a lot of questions. It's not there, it's constantly searching for answers. There's a lot of questions coming in. There's a lot of logical energy going on. And it's a very independent search for answers. So again, we go back to being alone. There's a lot of energy here where you can shift between mental lightness. I have some insights. That's that ocean energy. And then doubt. It's like, no, I'm really not sure. So it's the, if you feel like that at the moment, that is totally normal. This new moon will amplify that. So please be patient with yourself. Now, all of these energies can impact not just your exhaustion levels, but your digestion, specifically your stomach health as well. So, going through that process of allowing yourself to be alone at this time could support your stomach health and your energy levels. Allowing yourself to, in that alone time, not get lost in your thoughts because that's excessive, but allow yourself to really just be there. You don't have to do anything. Really be there in the moment. Just focus on that beautiful tree over there. Focus on the lake. Focus on how your finger feels. Focus on a candle flame. Allow yourself to just focus on something with a clear mind. That's going to support your stomach health at this time, because that widening of the mind and the focusing on just one single thing is going to create the space for you to have awarenesses drop in, or for you to have those emotional energies rise. Because remember, the solar plexus energy is in play here, in the earth energy. It's going to create that space for you to go, oh, I don't think that thing's working for me. Oh, I don't think I really like that. Oh, I think, nah, that thing's actually taking me off my path. And once you have those awarenesses, you might even have an awareness of, oh, I'm eating this thing that's actually affecting my stomach. Oh, when I eat this thing, ooh, my digestion goes horrible. When I'm around this person, ooh, my gut feels, ooh. You can create the space around this Virgo new moon to have all of those awarenesses. The trick is you've got to follow them through. Just having the awareness is not enough. You need to have the resolve, which relates to the sun and the moon energy here in gate 40. You've got to have the resolve to make the change that you need, trim the excess that's not working for you, and the resolve to focus on that thing which does feel authentic, which does feel aligned for you. Okay. Now, please be gentle, as I said, with yourself during this new moon, because your brain is active, 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 active. Being alone, meditating, will support you. I do have self-hypnosis, energy type self-hypnosis meditations. If you need support with focusing your mind and connecting with your energy type strategy, I'll put the link below for those, because connecting with your strategy, your human design strategy at this time, always, but especially at this time when you're mulling over all these questions, it will help you more easily determine, this is for me, this is not for me, and know with authenticity and more confidence and courage what it is that you need to do to move forward, to be in alignment with that higher purpose that you have, so that you have more energy in it, so that your stomach and your gut health can heal as well. The other thing I want to mention around this time is the way the energetics are. We're talking about your stomach health. It's a good time to consider the estrogen disruptors that are in your world, because with where these energies are, if you're having the xenoestrogens, which are the fake estrogens, come into your world, in excess, let's say excess. You don't really want them at all, but they're hard to avoid completely. If they're coming into your world, they will be throwing out your hormones. They will be decreasing the amino acids that support your stomach health, specifically glycine, and they will also be contributing to your fatigue. So, around this new moon, maybe one of the excess questions to consider if you're fatigued and if you have gut health problems is look at your kettle. Do I have a plastic kettle? If you do, that's an estrogen disruptor. You want to consider looking into getting a glass kettle or a stainless steel kettle, because that won't create, because when you heat the water in that plastic kettle, in that plastic vessel, or if you're putting some plastics into the microwave and heating them up, you're throwing out your hormones, you're disrupting your gut health, your fatigue levels. Ooh, they can go up as well. You do not want to do that. They create xenoestrogens. Anything that is hot plastic, you want to avoid. It will throw out the estrogen, all those things I just mentioned, and your digestion and your energy levels. Also consider, do you have a water bottle in your car that just kind of sits there for days or weeks or hours in the sun? Does it get hot in the car? Are you doing that in excess? If so, well, you're drinking water that's not only hot and doesn't taste good, but you're ingesting xenoestrogens that are throwing out your hormone balance, throwing out your digestion, your stomach health, and making you fatigued as well. Okay, also too many canned foods can create, oh, sorry, that was my thumb, can create too many fake estrogens in your body as well. Okay, now I'm not sure if I mentioned this at the beginning, but my name is Clare Zivanovic. And I'm explaining all this to you from a very energetic and a very physical perspective, because I'm a naturopath, a nutritionist, a medical herbalist, and a human design analyst. And it is my mission to merge all of these physical and energetic worlds together to help you understand what's going on in your body, what's going on in your life, why do you feel the way that you do, maybe, and to help you have some guidance as to how you can be the healthiest and happiest version of you. And I genuinely hope that this Virgo new moon update has done that for you. I hope that it's given you some insights and a bit of guidance about how you can support yourself emotionally, energetically, as well as improve or support your physical health as well. I appreciate all the likes, the shares, the subscribes, all the comments that you bring my way, because they really do help my humble little channel at the moment grow. I'm sending lots of hugs and gracious support to everyone who does that. And I wish you the very best during this Virgo new moon, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.